Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everyone. This is Kimberly McKinney. I'm excited about coming to you guys to show you what the topic of today is. Basically, how do you make money in Bitcoin without even owning Bitcoin? And that is true. You can actually leverage Bitcoin without even owning it. And that's what I'm going to show you. We're going to talk about this on tonight. How we see the current market as it is and the direction of the current market. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to look at some charts and I'm going to show you how you can make money in Bitcoin without even owning Bitcoin. So let's go. I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July on this eve. Mine was interesting to say the least, but we're here. I had to continue to keep pushing this date back and this time back so that I can also enjoy some of the festivities of the holiday. And quite interesting, but I enjoyed my holiday so far. So what I want to do is just go ahead and share my screen. We're going to look at a chart. We're going to look at a Bitcoin chart. And this is what I want you to see. I want you to see how easy it is to leverage information to also add to your cash flow, your regimen of cash flow. So if you can see my screen right now, I am currently looking at Bitcoin. Right now we're on a 15-minute chart, ladies and gentlemen, 15-minute chart. And that is indicated by right here. If you can see my cursor, I'm gonna try to, so that means every 15 minutes, okay? Every candle, if you're looking at the charts, a new candle is formed every 15 minutes, okay? A new candle is formed every 15 minutes. And as you can see right now, we're doing a countdown. There's 10 minutes and about 35 seconds left in this current candle, which is right here. So let's see if I can make it large enough for you to see it. Let's see if we can make it large enough for you to see it. So the current candle that we're in right here, let's see if I can draw like maybe an arrow or something allows you to see it. Current candle that we're in right now is 15 minutes. Is this candle right here. So we're currently here on this candle. We have about 9 minutes and 40 or 35 seconds left in this candle. So right now, the current market price for Bitcoin is right around $20,183. Again, $20,183. That's where the current price or current market price of Bitcoin is now sitting. Now, if we're looking at this chart, we're looking at the direction in which the market is going to move. So right now, if I take a look at this chart, let's see if I could make this a little smaller. If who was ever in this right here, my goodness, this was some money right here. Whoever got in and traded Bitcoin and this candle right here, oh, they made some money. Okay. Anyway, so if we're looking at the direction of which the trend for Bitcoin is moving, if we take, use this arrow again, if we, and I'm going to try to thicken it up, see if I can thicken it up a little bit. So we're looking at the overall trend of Bitcoin. We see that in its trend pattern, it looks like it is in more so of a buying or bullish trend. Bullish means the market is moving in an uptrend. Okay. Bullish means the market is moving in an uptrend. Okay. And we'll indicate that. So this is today's day. This is today. So we'll mark that up. Let's see. Move it over just a tad bit. So we'll look at it from, let's see, from this standpoint, from here to here. All right. So from today's date, let's see. Upwards trend. So let me see if I can look at a 1 hour chart and see if we can look at something on a 1 hour. So that means every candle that you see here is an hour worth of movement. But we're able to see our trend, right? We're still able to see our trend. So basically our trend, so I just moved it from a 15-minute chart or hour time candle to a 1 hour, just to see a little bit more of the movement overall. Even check to see what it's going to look like on a 2 hour. So we're still seeing that the market for Bitcoin is still moving towards an upwards trend, because it saved my candle, guys. My candle indicates where the market is positioning in it, where is it moving at this rate. So we still see that the market is moving in an upwards trend. We still showing and indicating that we're still within 1 hour, still in the same candle for 1 complete hour. And also our current market price for Bitcoin is at $20,183. So you can see the movement here. It's moving very slow. It's moving very slow. So how do you make money by leveraging Bitcoin without owning Bitcoin? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right now. So this is the reason why we look at the chart, we analyze the chart, we see what's getting ready to happen, how the current market or where the current trend of Bitcoin is going to move. So always recognize and understand that at some point the market has to do a retracement, and once it does the retracement, meaning when it retraces, it does it goes back to a little bit of support and resistance. So what we do, we try to find the zones where we think the market may fall back to as a retractment, and then shoot up for the trend. So I'm going to go back down to maybe a 1 hour time frame. And we see that from this candle up to here, it was more so like a rally up. So it was a lot of support, a lot of buyers in this within these candles within the last 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 6 hours. Yeah, within the last 6 hours, there was a buyer's rally up. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to recognize where the market for Bitcoin, or where the market where it may retrace back to, and a lot of times that is due to support and resistance. So we look for areas where the market may tend a certain the same area, the same section or the same area, and ability that that's where the market for Bitcoin or the retracement may take place. So if we look at previous candles before this area here, we look at some, you know, zones of previous candles, we see that there is a little bit of what we consolidation, just a little small consolidation in certain areas. So certain zone that has already been touched several times. So we can see for a possible retracement that we can mark some zones or mark an area. So what I'm going to do is I am going to create what is like a rectangle. So we can start to mark off some areas that we think that the market may retrace back to. So where's my tool for rectangle? Where's that? Where's my rectangle, 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 rectangle? Where's my rectangle? Let's see if it's in here. Here we go. Oh, let's see. We're looking at some certain zones that have been touched quite often. So we see that this is a potential zone. Probably a potential zone. Let's see. This might be a potential zone right up in here that we may see the market for Bitcoin come back and retrace. So even if I look at this on a maybe like a 30-minute time frame, okay, we see that the same area for consolidation that these areas have been hit multiple times. That's why it's always good to look at previous candle movement. I'm gonna zoom this out. So as you can see, this is a zone, or this is an area here where the market for Bitcoin tend to kind of touch this zone here. And then once it hit this particular zone, see, once it touched this zone quite a bit, when it was time to break past this particular zone, it was able to break through the pattern here and rally up. So if you see this purple triangular, you see that the market came to this area quite a few times. And this was the candle that actually and rallied up and made the for Bitcoin. I was to do this on a 15-minute chart. It will probably it'll probably be about the same. So as you can see, it's been hit several times. So that means the market has come to this point. So that's more so like a resistance, what you call a resistance point for the market. So when you have support is basically the floor, and resistance is pretty much like your ceiling. And when your resistance is more like your ceiling, the market is going to tend to continue to bump against that resistance until it breaks through and it rallies either up or down. So in this case, it broke through on the 15-minute candle. It broke through on this candle right here, and it rallied. It broke through on this candle, and then it again, the market hit this particular zone, and this was the candle much allowed it to break through and rally up. Now, what I'm going to wait on, and what will be best to wait on, is to see what what happens now between this area here. So we already know that the trend is an upward trend, but now this here has now turned into support and a resistance area, meaning where is the market is going to continue to hit, what zones or what area is the market going to continue hitting before it does another breakout either to the downside, or if it's going to break out and rally up. So that's what we want to determine right about now. So as we can see, so far, I only see the market touching or maybe hitting this area right here. So again, this may be a new area of resistance before it breaks out, either breaks out to the upswing or to the downswing, to see where Bitcoin is going to move next. Okay, so this resistance, meaning it's supporting the bottom now of the movement, since the movement has broken out and moved into an upward trend, and now this has become support, and now we're looking for the new resistance. So when the new resistance, once we identify what the new resistance, the new ceiling, then we can kind of indicate where the possible next move or where Bitcoin is going to go. Now, in the meantime, how do we make money in Bitcoin without even owning it? So what I've been able to do, and what I'm going to show you guys, is I am going to share my screen again. I'm going to stop sharing, and what I'm going to do, my trade for Bitcoin. So I've already previously placed a trade for Bitcoin, and I placed the trade for Bitcoin to hit 22,000, to move back up to the 22,000 range. Right now, we're sitting about, let's see, the current market is $20,192. It has moved up, as you can see, guys, and let me make this smaller. You can see that Bitcoin came down as low as $18,631. Whoa. And whoever that was in this candle right here, big, big bank, big bank. So we already determined from this area here that there was an uptrend, an upswing for Bitcoin coming down from this downtrend here. Now, always understand, ladies and gentlemen, the market itself is going to always retract and retrace, and it's going to come back to a certain area. So for those individuals who feel like, well, I don't think Bitcoin is going to go any higher than what it is, or it's not going to make the move. We do think that it's going to make that move back into getting all-time highs. It's just that now, again, Bitcoin has done a retracement, so it still creates higher highs and higher lows. So right now we're pretty much near higher lows for Bitcoin, which means it still has a opportunity to rally back up past the 68,000 market price for it. But right now, this is your opportunity to buy more into Bitcoin. Also, this is your opportunity to learn how you can leverage, for those who don't even own Bitcoin, or those who may have sold Bitcoin. This is your opportunity to learn how to leverage it without even owning it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So I'm going to share my Zoom meeting because that's the only way that I could be able to share this. And what I'm going to do is, I made myself co-host. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen from my phone so you guys can see. All right. So what you're looking at now is I currently have about 5 positions open and active trades. Right now you can see that they're negative because actually I've been in Bitcoin. I've been in a Bitcoin trade for several days now. All right. I am not emotional about any of these trades because when I analyzed my charts and when I did my full analysis of the charts, every last one of these are going to go into profit. I'm currently in 2 gold trades now. Actually, I put in this gold trade today. And this one, I think I've been in this gold trade now probably since Thursday or Friday. Okay. All right. So as you can see, the market currently right now for all these different positions, these trades, are currently moving. So you'll see the numbers moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So guys, what I am doing now, as you can see, and you can look at my screen, is I am leveraging these markets without even owning it. Okay. So I do put a certain amount of money into these accounts. However, I'm not using all of the money that I put into these accounts. So when you leverage money that you don't own, or you leverage, or you're able to take the resources from that particular thing to use it as your own. Okay. So as you're looking right here, you're looking at all the different positions that I have currently, the trades that I have currently open. Right now we're in gold. So if you can see where all of these are buys, all of these are buys. And what I was able to do is I was able to look at the chart to determine how and when the market position in the market is going to move for gold. Now, the difference between this particular gold trade and this particular gold trade is my lot size that I use. So it looks like there's a 2-cent lot size versus a 6-cent lot size. Now, when I place this one, I placed this particular lot size Friday, which means it's gonna take a little bit longer for this trade to go into profit, mainly because I set the stop loss. So if the market was to go in the opposite direction, I set my stop loss where it don't really necessarily kick me out of the trade. Okay. It doesn't kick me out of the trade so easily and so quickly. So I set my stop loss a little bit high. So and the difference between that, I entered into the market at a certain price point as well. So it's going to take me just a tad bit longer to get in profit on this actual gold trade. This particular trade that I put in for gold, I actually entered that trade in today. So when I entered that trade today, I was a little bit closer to the entry point and I didn't place a stop loss. So it's a stop loss for it. So I've been in this particular trade. I set it for a couple of hours, actually early this morning. And sometimes, guys, it may take the market to actually hit your take profit zone or your take profit number, but that's okay, because if you did the analysis, looking at your charts, then you don't necessarily have to continue to go back to this. Sometimes you just have to allow the market to come to you. You become a good trader when you're not emotional in the market and you allow the market to come to you. Okay. So right now, as you can see, when I first showed you my screen, this gold trade was probably around 90 cents. Right now we're at $3.66. It's going to fluctuate. It's going to fluctuate up and down. That's all good. I'm not emotional about it because I know it's going to go into profit. Okay. So the way that I enter in trades. So if I look at my screen that I showed you guys for Bitcoin, we are expecting Bitcoin to reach, at least go back up to the 22,000 range. I'm going to show you how I'm able to leverage that, make money on it only by going into the market with 7 cents, like you see here in Bitcoin, 7 cents. I use 7 cents. So the way that I do that is, let's see, hopefully you can see that. Okay. All right. So what I do, I look at and I go find the pair for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's pair is BTC USD. Yeah, BTC USD. So what I do is I find the Bitcoin pair, I tap on it, I click new order, and as you can see here, there's a market execution. You guys can also set or put an alert for your trades. So if you are a person that you don't want to sit and look at your trades, or you just want to set it and forget it, you can place what is called a buy limit or sell limit, a buy stop or sell stop. So a buy limit or a sell limit is basically you looking at the parameters of the charts. You set the time, you set the trade to alert you or to activate when the market hits a certain entry point or a certain price point. And once it does that, if you say I want to buy Bitcoin when it hits 20,000, because when we saw it earlier on the charts, it was 20,195. So if you see that the trend for Bitcoin is going to move into a buyer's trend or a bullish trend, then you can set what is called a buy limit. If you know that the market is going to hit a certain zone, or say I want to set my trade to activate when Bitcoin hits about 20,000, let's see, $20,225, okay? If the market hits that area, then your buy limit will be activated. Okay. So I'm just going to show you just for demonstration purpose. I'm not going to get into another Bitcoin trade because I'm already currently in one. But the way that we enter this in the market is if we want to just do a regular market execution, meaning we're going to get into the market like right now. We're not going to wait. We're not going to wait till it hits a certain area. We're just going to go ahead and get in because I have time and I want to be able to mark up charts. I want to mark up active charts right here, right now. I don't have anything else to do. I can still set it and market execution and go on about my business. So if we want to say, well, I want to, I think Bitcoin is going to go to 22,000. Okay. Well, the way that we do that is on this green side, because this is where your take profit. This is where you're telling MT4, MetaTrader 4, you're telling MetaTrader 4 that I'm predicting based on my analysis and based on my knowledge and based on me marking up the charts that Bitcoin, I'm going to set my take profit to get my money and to profit out of this when Bitcoin hits $22,000. Okay. All right. And if the market goes in the opposite direction, meaning if we wanted to buy but it starts to sell, then we want to protect ourselves and we want to protect our money, and we want to place what is called a stop loss. Stop loss basically protects your money in case the market goes in the opposite direction. So if we're looking at the current market price for Bitcoin, we can see that it's probably sitting around 20,160, about 65, $20,165. Okay. What we want to do is we want to make sure we don't want to put the stop loss closer to where the current price of Bitcoin is, because understand the market is going to fluctuate and it's going to move up and down. Okay. So we want to give ourselves a little bit of leeway, because if we put it too close to where the current price of Bitcoin is right now, then it's going to deactivate our trade. It's going to get us out of the trade really quickly. So we want to be able to set some clear parameters, and we want to be able to set some clear a clear stop loss where it gives us a little bit of cushion. So if the market does tend to go in the opposite direction and sell, that we're still able to stay within side of the particular trade, and we're not getting knocked out of the trade very quickly. So in this case, I would probably set my stop loss to protect my money, probably around 20, because I think the market's right now 20,150 or 165. So what I would probably do is set my set my stop loss around let's say 19,800. Okay, because it gives us a little bit of cushion. So if the market does tend to go back down to a sell, we've protected enough of our money where we don't lose a lot of our money. And currently, right now, for a while, Bitcoin has the movement of Bitcoin has been pretty moderate. But when it was hitting its all-time highs, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, it was moving extremely volatile, guys. So me personally, I can appreciate this stage in Bitcoin because it at one point you have to be very, very fast to get inside of these active trades when it comes to Bitcoin, simply because the market moved so quickly. Okay. So to me, to protect, I set it at 19,800 to give myself some cushion, whereas I don't the active trade don't kick me out so quickly. It actually gives me time, or gives the trade time for it to retrace and then shoot up for the upward trend and move more into profit. And as you can see here at the top, this market execution, that is, you're entering the market right now as it is right now. So I'm not setting any buy limits or setting any limits to alert me to say when the market hits this, then it's going to activate the trade. This is me getting actively in the trade right now, and market execution. Like, we're executing the trade right now. We're not placing any alerts or waiting for the market to get to our desired area, because sometimes the market may not get into your desired area, and you place the buy limit or stop limit, or buy stop or sell stop, and the market may not come back and touch the zone or the price point area or the entry area where you think it may go. So it may not even set it off. So a lot of times I use market execution because it allows me to get in the trade and get out of it very quickly. Okay. So if we're going to buy, just based upon the analysis that we looked at the chart, we analyzed the chart, we analyzed the trend, where we think that the market is going to go, possibility where it might retrace, and then swing and shoot for the uptrend. We're saying that the market possibly for Bitcoin is going to go into 22,000. Okay, it's going to hit that. Now, once we do that, we set the take profit area, which is this area over here, and then we set our stop loss, which we protect ourselves just in case if the market decides to kind of retract, which is going to retract back. We giving ourselves some cushion, and we're giving ourselves an opportunity to profit in this trade. Now, you see this number right here. Guess what? How much we're going into the market with? We're only going into the market with 6 cents. 6 cent, ladies and gentlemen. 6 cent, ladies and gentlemen, which is equivalent to 60 cents. And this is the fun part. So once we've set this, that's when we click buy market. We just tap buy market. And once we do that, we are actively in the trade. The app itself, MetaTrader 4, lets you know that the trade has been activated. So that's how we're able to leverage Bitcoin and make money in those markets without even owning it. So once the market potentially gets closer to your take profit, in this case it's $22,000 that we predict that Bitcoin is going to move up to. Now, you've only gone into the market with 6 cents or 60 cents, but if you were to make $300 off of that particular move, that is what you are leveraging. So you made $300 only by entering into the market with 60 cents. So that's what we call leveraging the markets. Okay. And let's see if I can let's see what we got. Okay. So even like my gold trade, at the present time, when I when I when I looked at the markets for the gold trade, I entered this trade in when the market was actually at I want to say $1,809.35. And I set my take profit to indicate that the market is going to move at least 3 pips or 30 pips. So I predicted that the market is going to move up to $1,812.50. As you can see, currently the market is it's close to that. It's getting close to that. So at $1,812.50, guys, once the market hits that number, it's going to kick me out of the trade. And I've been a profit. I would have profited in that trade. So as you can see right now, I'm currently $8, or it goes back and forth. So I'm between $7 and $8 on this trade. So I would imagine probably I would say probably within, I don't know, maybe probably within throughout the night that this trade may close out in profit. Okay. So I only went in with 6 cents or 60 cents. But right now I'm in profit over $8. And the larger your lot size is, the more money that you see that you profit from. So the more that I increase my lot size, which is right here, which is that 6 cent, the more I increase my lot size, the more profit that becomes. So what I do is I don't like to over leverage an account. This is a small account that I just recently started trading in and building up to. So I don't want to over leverage my account where I blow the account, because also if you place your lot size too small, we teach you how to really trade within your means, because we don't want you to blow your account. Okay. We tell you no more than maybe 3%, or at the most maybe 5% of your of an account that you want to trade with. And you don't have to have as many positions open that I have. You don't have to have that many positions for trading that I have. You trade in moderation. So even if you have 3 trades, and as long as you are not over leveraging and risking your account where you blow your account, that's awesome. Pretty much that's awesome. But we want you to stay within that at least 3%. If you have $300 in your account, don't over leverage your account by getting into trades with a 9-cent lot size or an 8-cent lot size. Because if the market for whatever currency pair that you trade end up going in the opposite direction, then you also have to consider the profit that you'll be losing, or the money that you'll be losing as well. So I say stay plugged in, keep increasing the knowledge. Keep studying, because this right here, what I'm showing you, is a definite way to create and build cash flow. This money right here, when I use these accounts, I use these accounts to support my businesses, and that's money that I'm not paying out of my pocket, ladies and gentlemen. So understand that this is money that I'm using strictly by skill set, that's allowing me to pay myself for the rest of my life. I turn around, I do different things with it. I create cash flow for my business. I create reserves, personal for myself. I have several trade accounts, so this is just one of them. Um, this is just one account. I have I have quite a few accounts that I use to trade out of. So this one, my next goal is to get this account to $1,000, and I pretty much can do that within a day, just by simply trading and using my skill set. So I hope this was very helpful for you. I hope you was able to see um, how to leverage the markets without even owning it. And for those, when you're in Bitcoin, you don't own any of this, but it's your money. Once you profit in it, it is your money. It becomes your money. But you're leveraging the markets. You are leveraging with a small piece, but you're gaining so much more money. So if you had the opportunity to only invest 60 cent or 70 cent, because I have big TC down here, if I was able only to invest 70 cent, and in a short period of time get two and three and $500 out of only investing in 70 cent, that's a great way to um, leverage your account. So again, I'm actively in this gold trade. I only went into the market with 60 cent. As you can see right now, this particular trade is close to $10, but I'm only entered in the market with 60 cent. So you're going to see this number get closer. We hit the $10 mark. So and right now I'm getting ready to get closer to my take profit. Now, if I want to, ladies and gentlemen, I can actually close out this this trade. If I want to, I can close it out without having to wait for it to hit my take profit. If I want to take this money and if I want to add this to my balance, to my account now, I can definitely do that. I can do that. I can close out these accounts early. And I do that. I do that a lot with US 30 pairs, with US 30 and the NASDAQ and the S&P, because those markets move extremely fast. Once I actually enter that trade or do a market execution of that trade, that particular trade can go into profit. And I only use a 1 cent lot size or a 10 cent lot size with those. And that market, within 2 minutes, I can have $100 in 2 minutes inside of US 30. But you have to be very, very careful with US 30 and know what you're doing with US 30. So that's why we tell you not to over leverage your account if you don't have a whole lot of money to begin with. But this is a great way to continue to grow an account, to continue to leverage it and make money that you actually can pull out. So if I want to, I can withdraw money from the profits that I've been able to make and utilize it to do things for, my business. I utilize that money. Absolutely. So again, I hope this was very, very helpful to you. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen right now. But actually, my gold trade is getting close to profit, y'all. Close to profit. It's getting close to profit. So I imagine that it's probably going to profit sometime, I don't know, sometime throughout the night. But if so, if I want to, I can go ahead and just close it out and close that trade out, which I might just do that. I might just close a trade out because I have an idea of how much I might get in this trade. So it might be a good 10, 12, or $15 for that particular trade. So, I actually now started with a small lot size. So, I hope that this was very, very helpful to you. And if you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. I am very open to answering questions. And if you want to utilize the same resources and the products that I use in order to trade in the markets, definitely reach out to me, and we can actually talk about and see if you're a good fit to learn a skill set that's going to pay you for the rest of your life. So have a wonderful night, and I will see you soon.